There we go. So this is not the same type of school as if we were in rooms 26 and 27. We just can't do the same types of things. So in your brains, you've just got to get straight that this is just not the same thing. But that doesn't mean that we need to forget about the things that we're supposed to be learning. Those are what we call standards. There's math standards that you've done most all of your math standards. So there'll be a couple that you haven't seen that you'll do new stuff with in the next few weeks. We've covered all of the reading standards so far. So at this point, we're just reviewing them and putting them to good use. So I want to show you what your Google Classroom is going to start looking like at 10 o'clock today. At 10 o'clock, your Google Classroom is going to pop up assignments and tasks for Monday, March 30th. And I think there are 8 tasks that will show up, and you will just work through all of those 8 tasks. If you do them like we've asked you to, it should take you a total of about 3 hours. You don't have to sit there at the computer for 3 hours. You can do one assignment and then get up and go get a snack. You can do another assignment and then go outside and play. You can take as long as you want during the day, but the total time is 3 hours. And that's what Cumberland County has recommended or told us to tell you. In order for you to not fall behind and in order for us to cover the standards that we're supposed to, you need to be engaged with academic learning for 3 hours. Can you give me a thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying? And if you weren't here, down at the bottom, you can use the reactions button and it'll give you a thumbs up. Yusuf, do you have a question? I've got you muted, Yusuf. If you have a question, then go ahead and type it in the chat and we'll answer your question, okay? All right, so I'm going to show you what your screen is going to look like when you log on to Google Classroom. Oh man, and of course, okay, so y'all are gonna have to bear with me, okay? So I've logged on to my daughter Campbell, and this is how you're going to get to your Google Classroom if you don't know already. So you would log on to your email, which we'll go over in a minute, but I'm pretty sure since all of you are on here, you know how, but if you don't, write a chat and we'll help you. But if you go to this little thing that looks like an Eggo waffle, you'll find the thing that looks like Classroom, and you'll go to Classroom. And again, this is my daughter Campbell. Her first name is Sarah. That's why there's an S. But this is hers, and we just kind of, Miss Flores and I added a pretend class so that we could show you and we could see what it looks like. So Campbell is a student in our pretend class. That's why it's called a test class. But it's set up exactly like our classroom for Miss Flores and Miss Shepherd. So the first thing you'll see is, you won't see a bicycle, you'll see like striped colors when you go to ours. But this part says a couple of very important things. It says that you have to click on classwork in order to see your day's activities. Classwork, if you're on a computer, is going to be at the very top. I'm circling around it right now. If you're on a tablet, it'll be down at the bottom. A tablet or a phone, it'll be down at the bottom, but you always want to go to classwork. It says after you finish an assignment, don't forget to click mark as done after you complete each one. This middle paragraph says that Cumberland County says that 4th graders should spend 185 minutes on schoolwork each day. That's about 3 hours. We also have activities for media, PE, Spanish, art, and music that you can choose to do if you would like. And Ms. Flores and I are available to help you pretty much anytime. We respond to you as soon as we get your message, but we're especially able to be with you between 9 and 12 each morning. You can do a Google Meet, which is like a video teleconference. You can do a chat, which I've got links to those down below. Or you can just send us an email and we'll respond back to you just as soon as we get it. I want to look at everybody. Hang on. Pause, share, stop share. Is everybody good with that first page for right now? Okay. Everybody's good with that? Okay. Let me go back. Okay, so I'm going to click on classwork. I'm going to click on classwork. And you're going to find at 10 a.m. today, hang on, I think somebody may, Joseph, here's Joseph. At 10 a.m. today, this is what will pop up on your classwork on the Google Classroom. It'll have Monday, March 30th, that's today, and then it'll have this list of tasks that you will need to do. You don't have to do them in order. It doesn't matter what order you do them in. This order, we decided on this order because that's the order that Cumberland County put out to teachers. So we just said, okay, we're going to follow that order, but you don't have to do it in that order. You would click on each task, and then you have to read. And that's one thing that Ms. Flores and I want to impress upon you. You have got to read. This isn't like in class where we can repeat directions to you 4 or 5 times. We can't come to your desk and point to something. You have to read. And if you read and you don't understand something, read it again. Maybe read it out loud so that you can hear it. Then and only then, if you don't understand it, that's when you ask for help, either a parent, another sibling, or you email us, chat with us, whatever way you're going to communicate with us. But you've got to read. So Success Maker reading for 20 minutes. We have said go to the CCS website and scroll all the way to the bottom and click home base. Right here, I just have a link that'll take you straight to home base. So if you click it, and I'm already logged in, that's why it's not letting you, but it'll bring up it should bring up the login where you put in your lunch number, your login, and then you'll click on Easy Bridge and do Success Maker. As soon as it kicks you off, you've done that one, and you will click Mark as done. If you go to View Assignment right here, after you finish doing Success Maker reading, you'll click Mark as done. And it'll say you didn't attach work, and that's okay because there's no work to be attached. So you click Mark as done. And it says turned in. So I know I've done that. So I'm going to go back to my classwork. I've done Success Maker reading. So then I'll go to Success Maker math and I'll complete that.
Look at the icon, Ms. Shepard. I think you should point to the icons that it makes it gray once it's turned in.
Ah, yes. So once you click turn in or mark as done, it turns to gray. I haven't done that for this one or any of the other ones, so it is still a color, and it'll be a different color on ours. After you do Success Maker math and it kicks you off, meaning you've done a session, you mark as done. It's saying you did not attach work. That's okay. There's no work to be attached, so I'm going to be finished with that. Go back to the class, go back to classwork, and close it off. Well, we've done 2 of our tasks for Monday, March 30th. You have a science and a social studies. In your bags, your parents should be making arrangements to go to Van Story either Tuesday or Wednesday of this week to pick up a bag of your contents from your desk. And in those bags, Ms. Flores and I have included the rest of social studies weeklies, the newspapers. So you will have a hard copy, like the actual newspaper that you can work with, or you can do it online. It's up to you. But basically, I'm not exactly sure how Miss Flores, I think we did pretty much the same schedule for social studies, but Monday and Tuesday, we read the newspaper. Wednesday, Thursday, we did the crossword, and Thursday, Friday, we did the test. And so that's how it's going to be presented here. On Monday for social studies, you read the first half of the articles. That's all we're asking you to do. If you go to view assignment, you click right here, and it'll open up the online version, which is what Ms. Flores and I use when we're projecting the articles on the smartboard. You're going to click log in, and you're going to put your lunch number for the username and Van Story 4 for the password. I'm going to need to look up one of your, let's see, Yusuf, will you please, on a chat, will you send me privately?
I have it.
You got it?
Well, can we use Parker? I got Parker.
Sure.
It's her lunch number, right? 319 876 9922.
Okay, and then Van Story 4 is going to be capital V, Van Story 4, just like your other logins. And what you'll see is social studies and science. Social studies and science. So it's the North Carolina Studies Weekly. You can click on it. And let's see, continue reading. And it's just like we do in school. You can watch the videos, you read, you can do the little questions, and go to the next article. Let's see, I want to go back so I can see you. How does everybody feel about social studies? I mean, it's just like we do in class.
And science is set up the same way. So it'll just be science articles.
Yep. And a good thing about doing the science weekly, guys, is that in 5th grade, they use the science weeklies. And so the 5th grade teachers have told us, thank you for getting you ready and exposed to these publications, because you're going to be using it next year. Let's see. Stella says, do we have to do the questions? No, you don't have to. On Fridays, we'll make the test available to you, or at least I'm going to make the test available to you on Friday. I'm not sure about Ms. Flores's class. Do you have the test available now?
I do. Okay. I do.
So I may or may not. I don't know. So
I might change it to where it comes available Wednesday.
Got it. Got it.
I think Cecilia has a question. Cecilia,
right.
Do you want to type it in the chat box?
And Philip, you have a question. You can type it in the chat box. Do we have to do the online work and the packet? That's from Rachel. Rachel, are you talking about the packet that's going to come from school? Let's see. Where are you? So Rachel, and everybody else, when your parents go to school and pick up your bag of belongings from your desk, there's also going to be a paper packet. And Ms. Flores and I are not requiring you to do that packet. A lot of what's in that packet is on Success Maker. It's printouts from Success Maker.
Ms. Shepard, I didn't think they were getting a packet.
That's what Mr. Mask's message said yesterday or last night.
I thought it was just K2.
Maybe so. If you get a packet, I do not need you to do it, because you're going to do that stuff on here anyway. Okay. Philip Faulkner says, what if you did it already? The social studies weekly for week 22, Philip? Then you will go, when those assignments come up on Google Classroom each day, you need to mark as done. Okay? Mark as done. The previous packet, I don't want you to feel like you did it for no reason, because you didn't, but I'm not going to need that first packet back. I don't know about Miss Flores.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That was something for you, to keep your mind busy, but that will not be graded. If there's a question you had from the packet, email us about that and we'll help you work through that. If you didn't know how to do something, or you're not sure if you got it right, message us, email us about that privately, and we'll help you work through that. Okay, I'm going to go back to our Google Classroom so that you can, we can go through the rest of our tasks. So that's social studies. The test, Ms. Flores, you have the test?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the test looks like this. It's everything on the paper test that we do every week, but it's just, you click. The good thing about you having the paper copy in front of you is you can go verify your answers. One thing we want to caution you about, it looks like, oh, this is so easy, I can just click, I don't even need to read. Whoop, there we go. Don't do that. Go find your answers, okay? Find your answers in the text, okay? All right, so I'm going to X out social studies. I did that for the day, so I'm going to mark it as done. There's nothing to turn in. I'll go back to class, go back to classwork. So I've done these things. Science is going to work the same way. The same way. You log in. Hopefully it'll still have Parker logged in. If you scroll down just a little bit, you see science. Videos and text and questions is the exact same. You can do the crossword puzzle. We don't have a paper text for you, but you can do the crossword puzzle. I thought, yeah, you can enter.
You can type it in.
Yeah, okay. So that would be good for you to do. So that's science. And it'll be set up the same way as social studies. Will be giving you, little bits at a time, and you would be expected to finish the whole publication by Friday and take the test. All right.
Do you have to underline your answers? Galaxy tab. I would say yes on the ones that, if you have the paper copy. The science one, of course, you can't. But I would do it just like you do it in class.
Yep. All right, when it's time for you to do AR reading, Cumberland County wants to make sure that you're reading at least 20 minutes a day. And I would say that that's 20 minutes not in your bed, not late at night. This is 20 minutes during the day. So what it says is, find a comfy spot to read. Use the timer link below to read for 20 minutes. Use the AR link if you finish, and take an AR quiz. At the end of your AR time today, please click Mark as Done to let your teacher know you finished. So the way you would do this is you could, you click on the timer, and it should have a 20-minute timer, and you just,
it's countdown to the 20 minutes.
Yeah, you just read for 20 minutes. And when this is over, great. If it takes you 5 minutes to finish your book, then click on the AR link and take a quiz. If you're reading a long book, read for 20 minutes. And at the end of the 20 minutes, you're just going to close that, back out of that tab. You'll do it from over here and mark as done. So just make sure you're actively reading for 20 minutes during the day.
Miss Shepherd.
Yes, ma'am.
Jasmine says that she cannot hear us.
You cannot.
And I can't find her.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, there she is. JC Foxter.
Man, I wish these were in alphabetical order.
She's on page 2 of mine. Jasmine, can you hear us?
Let's see. Jasmine. No. I can't even get it to message her.
Her mom's on Dojo.
Oh, she's asking a question on Dojo?
Yeah.
Maybe try to get them. Log out. Yeah, log out and log back in. Okay, Shoshana asked a good question. She said, will I still be able to mark as done because I forgot? Yes, you can always go back. It might, I think it'll say you're late. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But go ahead and get in the habit of mark as done. Let's see, will we always have no work? Cecilia, that question, no. You will have work that you will turn in for ELA and math. So the first couple are just independent, and we can log on to Success Maker and see what you did. We can log on to the teacher social studies page and the teacher science page and see that you've answered those questions or done the crossword, that kind of thing. You just won't turn it in on Google Classroom. Olivia Burkhart says, will you still do the written response questions? Yes, there are written response questions. Let's see.
What if we read a book and it's not AR?
That's okay. Just push mark as done. Just mark as done. All right. Are those all the I think those are all the questions for right this second about science and social studies and AR. All right, so go back to the class, go back to classwork. I've done my AR for 20 minutes. All right, ELA with Miss Shepherd. This is what will be posted at 10 o'clock today. I'm going to read it to you, and this is about the only time I'm going to read you an assignment. Otherwise, you have to read it yourself. It says, since we will be using Google for much of our learning in ELA and math, it's important that you become comfortable with all the things Google can do. You'll use your ELA time today completing exercises in Google Slides. You'll create text boxes, insert images, resize text, and much more. Tomorrow, you'll put those skills to the test. You must read all of the text on each slide in order to know what to do. This type of learning depends on you reading for understanding. This will be challenging for many of you, but you'll get better at it as time goes on. For others who are more familiar with Google, this will be a good review. So what you'll do is you will click on the assignment, and this again will become available to you at 10 o'clock. So in 26 minutes, it'll pop up on your Google Classroom. and you're just going to go through and you're going to go through each slide. You're going to get a driver's license for Google. The next slide, you have to read. Complete your assignments on each slide to prepare for your driver's test, which will be tomorrow. Once you have completed your driver's training, you can take your driver's test. Passing your driver's test will earn you your Google driver's license. The license is proof that you are ready to learn and create using Google Drive. And if I go to the next one, this is the type thing, this is the only one I'm gonna like demonstrate for you, because you can see there's lots of practicing that you will be doing with Google over here. It says text boxes. There are two simple ways to insert a text box. Choose insert and then text box. Look right here. Here's insert, click on it, text box, click on it. That's one way. Or you click on the text box. This is a little box with a T for text, and if you hover over it, it says text box. So you can click right there. Draw text boxes to fit over the shapes. Type your name on each. So I'll come up to the corner, click and drag, and then I'll write Mrs. Shepherd. Then I'm going to get another text box, click and drag, and write Mrs. Shepherd. Click and drag, right, Mrs. Shepherd. And then it says delete the square text box. So this is the square one. I'm going to click on it and click delete on my keyboard, and it goes away. So now I've done all of the tasks from top to bottom on the slide. I'm ready to go to the next slide. How does everybody feel about that? Doing those tasks, okay? It's all about playing around with what Google can do, okay? It's all about playing around with what Google can do. So sometimes you might do the wrong thing, and that's okay, because Google has an amazing tool. Like, let's say I deleted the big rectangle and I go back and read, it says delete the square text box. Oh no, I did the wrong thing. This is like the best button in the world. Undo. It'll undo the last thing you did, and it's okay. Now I can go back and go to the square one and delete the square one. So this is a very important button. You will go through all of these slides to learn so many things that you're able to do, to include putting in pictures and some video, I think. It's very cool. So let me just see what questions there are.
I think I've tried to answer them as we're going.
Perfect.
The one I can't answer is from Avery.
Mm-hmm.
How do we delete on an iPad?
I think you have to push and hold it, and then some options will come up above it, I think. I will have to play on an iPad, and I'll get back to you. I will pull this up on an iPad, and I'll get back to you.
And Jasmine can hear now, but Joseph can't.
Oh, no. Okay, well, I'm glad you can hear, Jasmine.
I'm trying to work with Joseph. I told him to log out and log back in.
Okay. Once you finish all the slides on this assignment, you X out up here on your, at the top, you X out the tab, and I'm ready to turn it in. And you'll see that the assignment with Campbell's name on it, and yours would have your name on it, you would just turn it in. One attachment will be submitted. Here's the attachment, and you just click turn in. And it shows you that it's turned in. All right. Go back to the class, go back to classwork, It's grayed out. We're almost finished with our list. Now we're going to go to Miss Flores. Miss Flores's instructions say review multiplying fractions by a whole number. Complete the Google form. Make sure you put a response in each blank. Please simplify all your answers. If the answer is a mixed number, please put some space between the whole number and the fraction part. For example, she wants to say 1 2/4, so she did 1 and then pushed the space bar and then did 2/4.
I pressed it 3 times.
3 times, okay. Click mark as done once you're finished. So you would just click on the form and you've got to start reading top to bottom. And I really encourage most of you to read out loud so that you're hearing it. If it's got a little red star on it, it means you have to put an answer in there. You have to try. Some things that I want to show you without answering these for you. When you're writing a fraction with a keyboard, let's say I'm going to write 1/2. I'm going to do 1 and then a slash. The slash is located near the shift key. It's also the question mark key. So make sure you can see that. It shares the button with the question mark. If you're doing a tablet or a smartphone, it's going to be a symbol by itself. But if I wanted to do 1/2, it would look like that. If I wanted to do 3 1/2, I'd need to do 3, put a couple spaces, and then do 1/2. Otherwise, you would read it 31 halves. So hopefully you can see the difference between 3 1/2 and 31 halves. Okay? But you're going to go through each of these questions, and once you're finished, you hit submit, and that goes to Miss Flores. Then you would X out this tab and mark as done. So Cecilia asked the question earlier, is there work to turn in? When you submit a Google form, it automatically emails to your teacher. You don't have to send it to your teacher. It automatically does that. So I'm going to mark as done. Click on the class, go back to classwork, and I'm almost finished for the day. The resource that we chose today was for media. And it says, click on the BrainPop Junior link, enter the following information, the username, Cumberland County, all one word, lowercase, the password, BrainPop. Watch the video for computer programming, then click on any of the activities under the video to put your new knowledge to the test. Have fun and mark as done when you're finished. So you just click the link, log in, Cumberland County, and then BrainPop. Computer programming, you'll watch the video, and then you can do any of these things underneath it, okay? And when you're done doing that, when you're finished, that's when you would do mark as done.
And my class, I know we don't have media on Mondays, but it was just easier to make one class together, so you will do something for every resource.
Yes.
It might not be in the order we do it in, but you will have something different every day.
So all of these are grayed out. So that means you've done all the work that we've asked you to do for Monday. On Tuesday, early in the morning, this will pop up on your Google Classroom, and you can start doing it. It's the same setup. The biggest differences will be what we're asking you to do in ELA and what we're asking you to do in math. So you can see there's some videos. Watch the videos to refresh your memory, and then do this activity. All right, so now I got to go back to your questions.
Somebody said, are all these assignments for one day? I said, yes, they are all for Monday. We have to give you about 3 hours worth of work each day.
Yep.
Isabella said I logged on and it looks different.
Isabella, can you elaborate on what it is? And are you on a tablet? Are you on a computer? Are you on our Google Classroom? It will look different on our Google Classroom because those assignments are not going to pop up until 10 o'clock. In 16 minutes, they'll pop up.
Olivia, the user.
We'll add Prodigy to the educational websites. Thank you.
Miss Hardwick's students, if you go see her through the week, you will have an extra math assignment. I will put it out on Tuesday. And I will give you, I'm not going to make it due till Friday. So I'll put it out on Tuesdays and it'll be due Friday. Joseph still can't hear, and I don't know what to do for him, Miss Shepherd.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to call out Ben and Philip Faulkner. What y'all are texting about on our group chat is what we don't want during class time.
I got them.
You got them. Perfect.
I said, this is your class time, and you're not going to have, and you're going to have to work on this today, that they needed to listen.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Maybe. All right. Miss Hardwick, Miss Flores.
Oh, Joseph left.
Okay. Oh, he's back. Hang on, he's back. Can y'all think of anything else?
The only thing I would say is if it's an ELA question.
Oh, yes.
I would make sure you message Miss Shepherd. I could help, but it's easier for Miss Shepherd to do it because she was the one that assigned you the work. And if it's a math question, you can message me with any of the math questions.
And just today, in a few minutes when it's posted at 10 o'clock, just give it a try. Just give it a try.
It's a learning curve. You're going to make mistakes. Miss Flores has sat here at the computer every day with Miss Shepherd and worked on it, and I've learned a lot through it. So just try it and don't get frustrated.
Yep. I was going through and this is not required, to read the I Survived American Revolution book and take the quiz on it. Certainly it was a great activity for you to do last week. But I noticed out of 43 kids on AR, only 12 of you took the AR test and 3 of you clearly did not read it or listen to it. There were several hundreds and 80s. Congratulations, those are great. But I just want you to be cautioned that just because this is online doesn't mean it's click, 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 easy, easy, easy. I don't have to do the work. It's a very different type of learning, and it is all on you. Like, we're providing the material, but you've got to do it. And the AR quiz results were kind of eye-opening for me, that a lot of you are going to choose not to do the work, like put in the effort, and I hope that you will. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out. Password for Epic if you go onto the educational websites on our Google Classroom, the password is up there. Stella, you have just the word chapters written down. I think you're talking about how some chapters you were not able to listen to. I have gone and fixed that, and you should be able to listen to all the chapters. So the question is, so we don't have to complete the American Revolution anymore. You don't have to do it, no, but it would be great for you to do it. But no, you don't have to. Okay, the American Revolution police aren't going to come and get you.
I would like for you to start working on the current stuff that's
Exactly.
going to roll out in about 10 minutes.
You know, it could be during your AR time today. Listen to the American Revolution book and use it that way. Use that time that way. The middle chapters are very blurry. That's the best recording I could get. The best thing I can tell you is just to listen. Just to listen. The question is it bad if we did? I think they're asking, is it bad if you did read it and did do the quiz? No, it's very, very good. And I'm appreciative of you. So for doing that. I'm surprised that only 12 people completed it. So that's surprising to me because you all are a go-getter group for the most part. So I hope that's not a clue as to what kind of participation we're going to have on our Google Classroom going forward.
I like what Zeke said. It seems like a lot of work, guys, but it's only 3 hours of work. You spend a lot more of that time at school. So 3 hours compared to the 7.5 we spend at school, it's not asking much of you.
Yep. Okay, so kind of where I want to go from here is I want everybody to go, get some water, go to the bathroom, and then at 10 o'clock, your assignments will be posted on Google Classroom, and you just get started, okay? Remember, you don't have to go in order, and if you have a reading question, Sean, stop. If you have a reading question, contact me. If you have a math question, contact Miss Flores. We both can help you with both, but she makes all the math assignments and I make all the ELA assignments. If it's a science or social studies question, you can ask either of us, but I would say just go to your homeroom teacher for those questions. Okay? All right.
Also, normally for the rest of the week, it won't show up at 10. It'll show up much earlier, your assignments for the day. So if some of you get up early and want to start it, you can. So you don't have to wait till 10 from now on.
Nope. I just wanted it to be after this meeting so we could go through how to, do everything. All of this will be on your Google Classroom at 10 o'clock. And then starting tomorrow, it'll be on earlier than that. The last thing, we know you want to talk to each other, and I want to talk to you too and just hang out, and I want to see your dogs and your cats and your snakes and gerbils and all that stuff. So we want to have 2 social hours during the week, one during the day and one during the evening. So if you're not able to do one or the other, you can do that. We'll put this out on Google Classroom and on Dojo for your parents, but we'll have a social hour from 2 to 2:30 on Wednesdays and from 7:30 to 8 in the evenings on Thursday. So that's when you can, if you do a cool project, you can show us. If your dog can do something, you can show us. That'll be the time for that. So I'll put that schedule and we'll remind you, but we can do another Zoom like this, but you won't be muted. You can talk to each other. Sound good? All right. Well, good luck today. And Miss Flores and I expect to hear from you because I know there will be some problems that you encounter, and that's okay. But we'll get through it. And next week will be even better. Okay? All right.
What if they, Miss Shepherd, there's one question real quick. Will the assignment be left up all day in case we have doctor's appointments during the day? Yes.
Yes. The assignments, once they're posted, they don't go away. So like, let's say you're going to be gone for whatever reason all day today, and you can't do these things until tomorrow. Do it tomorrow. It will say that you're late, but that's okay. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Okay? So no problem about that.
And Avery says, what are we going to do about EOGs?
You will take an EOG next year. You will not take an EOG at the end of this school year. Yep. Which is something, yay, we love that. But just know that once you start 5th grade, you've got to have the skills that you would be tested on. And that's what Ms. Flores and I are focusing on right now, is not losing those skills that you've learned in 4th grade so that you can be successful in 5th grade. All right. So yeah. Okay. Good luck, everybody. We love you a lot. We'll see you soon. If not before, we'll see you on Wednesday or Thursday at our social time. Okay? Bye.
Good luck.